Hi, thanks for tuning in to my new YouTube channel, Farrah at 50. For my first video, what I wanted to do was a video on juicers. And this is a new juicer I got as a Christmas gift. It's the Coving 7000. And I've had a lot of juicers over the years. I go through phases where I'm juicing every day. Really diligent about it, and then I go through phases where I'm not juicing at all for months. So this being the start of a new year, I wanted to get a new juicer, and I did a lot of research on all the different companies, which juicer I think would be best suited for me. And before we open this up and go through this juicer, I wanted to talk about the other juicers I have used in the past. And one I have, let me move this over here, one I have is sitting right here. This is the last juicer I have, which I love. It's called the Breville Juicer, and this is great because it was a centrifugal, or it is a centrifugal juicer, and it juices really fast. I love this juicer, but one of the drawbacks is that it does not do leafy greens, so that's a downside.
Why doesn't it do leafy greens?
Well, it doesn't do leafy, it does do leafy greens, but it does not do it efficiently. So I'm gonna get into that issue a little bit more in a moment. But anyways, I did love this for a while. I was doing my favorite combination, I call it a green lemonade. So I was taking one apple, about 4 stalks of celery, a cucumber, and juicing that all up, and then at the end squeezing a half a lemon into my juice, and it was amazing. It's my green lemonade. It's a great energizing drink. I would drink it first thing in the morning before I drank anything else, and I just felt really healthy and energetic after drinking it. So that's been my go-to juice for probably the last 2 or 3 years. So I've been happy with this juicer, and what I would do is I'd take leafy greens and just blend it up in a smoothie, and that's how I would get my extra leafy greens aside from eating a salad every day. But what happened was I noticed there was a lot of juice in my pulp bin, and it was becoming more and more. I was getting more and more juice in there, and I had my husband take a look at it to see what was going on, and he said that the blades were getting dull and I need to order another compartment. I'll show you what it is. You could see here, I've had this for about 3 years, so he says it was getting dull, so I had the option of just buying a new one of these and everything would be fine because it's still working great. But I wanted to try a different type of juicer and go back to a slow juicer, which I had. It's what I had before I had this, and I'll show you which one I had before this. Was the Life Choice, and this was a slow masticating juicer. And it has the auger here, and that's what breaks down the leafy greens slower so that you get all the nutrients out of the leafy greens, such as kale, spinach, chard. You can even do wheatgrass. I've never done wheatgrass in here, but you can do wheatgrass if you want to. So this was great, and then the seal started wearing down, so I was getting juice coming out of here, and then I said, well, let me switch to a centrifugal. Before this, I had the Jack LaLanne juicer, which was a centrifugal, which I love. So I've had really good experiences with the slow juicers, or the masticating juicers, and the quick juicers, the centrifugal juicers. There's just limitations with both. This takes a long time to juice. It's very frustrating. You've got to cut things up into super small pieces. As you can see, this mouth is much tinier than this mouth, so I could throw a whole apple. You get an apple? I could just throw a whole apple in it. Well, I'd cut it in half. This is kind of a big, but I would buy smaller apples and could just throw the whole thing in there, which is really convenient. Throw a whole stalk of celery in there without having to break it up. This, you have to take the time and break everything up, cut it up into small pieces. And then the cleanup time for this machine compared to this was much longer as well. So, good points and bad points to centrifugal versus masticating juicer. Then I was doing some research after I said I want to try a different type of juicer, and I found a juicer that actually makes nut milk, which I make nut milk in my blender, and the time it takes to strain, that's time consuming too. Don't have time for that. So what I started doing was just blending the nuts in the water and then just drinking it without straining it, which is really pulpy, really thick. There's a lot of rough, it's a rough consistency feel in your mouth. So a lot of people wouldn't like that, but I would blend it with other things and it would taste good to me. It tasted like a milkshake, so it was thicker than a milk per se, but it got the job done. But what I did was, let me show you this. This is called a Soyabella. I was trying to find a machine that would make nut milk that you didn't have to take the time to strain. And this supposedly was supposed to strain for you, but in the end it didn't. I still had to strain, and we're not doing that anymore. So when I was researching different juicers, I just stumbled across a juicer that actually made nut milk as well, and it's the new vertical juicers. Now, I researched a whole bunch of different vertical juicers, and this is the one I feel is the best at this time. And it does make nut milk. It makes sorbets, which this one made sorbets and nut butters, but it's just not convenient. So the good thing about this is that it has a very wide mouth. Most of these masticating juicers do not have a wide mouth. And again, I didn't want to sit there and cut up veggies and spend a lot of time doing the cutting. So when I found this, I was so excited because it's a wide mouth. It's a 3-inch wide mouth, and it's supposed to be very convenient, quick cleanup afterwards, and a quick prep prior to getting started with the juicing. So what I wanted to do was break it open and show you all the parts, and I will do another video on the juicing. This will just be showing all the different parts. And hold on, let me move this out of the way. So, warranty, instructions, and there's a recipe book. Let's see, that's always convenient. I love it when they put in a recipe book. Nice pictures. That's good. I'm going to go through all that and see. Oh, look, it has a section for milks as well, so that's good. Porridge, soups, great. Okay, so that's really nice. That's a nice feature. Nice packaging too. I like that. Really nice. Pull this out. Second part. Here's the strainer. Move this on the bench. Comes in different colors: red, silver, white. We got the white.
That was $5 extra for the white, just so you know.
I would have preferred silver, but I'm not complaining. Okay, so let's see what's in here. Oh, these are all the accessory parts, which is fun to look at. This is going to be this is the funnel, which apparently this can be purchased as a Coving 6000. There's a few more features with the 7000, and that's why I went for the 7000. I believe it's $50 more. One of them is the fact you get a funnel. It's supposed to be a quicker process. You also get a strainer, which the 6000 doesn't have. That fits on the I don't know what that is. Fits on the pitcher where the juice comes out. This is a cool feature, another feature I really like that I read about, which is when you're done juicing, if you can see the little brushes, you put it in here and you brush the pulp this way, which is great. I love that idea. I haven't never seen that before. Then it also comes with this brush, so you can clean the inside. And it comes with this cool brush as well, so you can clean the spouts, which I've never had a juicer come with this type of brush to clean the spouts. So I like that feature as well. Let's see. Okay, so that's that for that box. This box, let's see what's in this box. Here's the pitcher. And this is probably where the pulp comes out. So that's for the pulp. This looks like the pitcher because there's a little spout there and a handle, so that's good. So this has a handle, little spout, very nice. Okay, so
it looks like you're ready to put that bad boy together.
I'm gonna assemble it. Here we go. Okay. Take the strainer.
Is that it locked in, that piece already?
Yes, that piece is locked in, very simple. This is a wiper feature, which I thought was really cool that I've never seen before. So it's supposed to clean as you go. So we'll see how that works out. There's a red dot here, a red dot there. Line that up together. Okay, it's in place. Let's get the auger. Here's the auger. We want to put that in until we hear a click. Turn it a little. Good. Okay, line this. Here's a red dot here. Line it up with the red dot, like so. And then there's an arrow back here. And then you want to push the arrow right to here. Now we know it's closed. Now it's closed. Okay, now to assemble, this is where the juice is going to come out. And I love this feature. If you don't want it pulpy, I like a little pulp, but if you want it really thin, put that in there and it'll take out any excess pulp. Although this is supposed to not give off much pulp. This gave out a lot of pulp. This is supposed to give out minimal pulp. So we'll see. And then here's the little spout. I love this as well. I've never had a juicer that has a spout that you can close and open, so you can get a good mixture in there before you're ready to pour out. You just have a lot more control. You don't have that leakage that this and that one had.
So it looks like that's the best of both worlds. That blender's got it all. It's got what the masticating and the centrifugal force combination. Is that what we're looking at?
No, that's not. It just has some features of the centrifugal juicer, such as the wide mouth. This has a wide mouth. Most masticating juicers have a very small mouth, so you don't need to spend a lot of time cutting up the fruits and vegetables. So hopefully this is going to be more convenient, but it doesn't oxidize as quickly as the centrifugal, which is a benefit to the masticating juicer. So it's not going to produce as much foam. It's supposed to break up those cell walls, those plant cell walls, and all that fiber, releasing more nutrients, phytonutrients, vitamins, minerals. And the color is supposed to be brighter because it's using that auger to chew and grind up the plant much more thoroughly than a centrifugal juicer. So because it releases more phytochemicals, it's supposed to be a brighter color. So I'll make that judgment once I get going. That's the idea. And then, okay, so we have this. Then here's the funnel. This will be great if I want to make some nut milk. I can put the nuts here on the plate with some water, mix it together. I am so excited to figure that one out and work with that. And here's a funnel so things don't start flying out. That's a nice feature. And then here's the tamper, which you probably, I remember with this juicer, you didn't need to use the tamper. It just kind of took it and grinded it all up without me having to tamp it down. So we'll see how much I have to use the tamper. I don't like to use it because it creates an undue force, and I feel like it just hurts the motor. So I'm never one to use a tamper unless I really have to. So we'll see how that works. Now this is a cool feature. This makes frozen desserts, so I'm going to be trying that. I'll do a video on that as well as nut milk. So I'm so excited to start using my juicer, and when I make my first juice, I will do a video on it. I'll let you see the process, and let's see if it's better than the Breville, better than the Life Juice, which is comparable to the Omega. A lot of people use the Omega. So let's see. I'm gonna have a lot of fun, and I hope you'll join me. Thank you. Bye-bye.